Coming up, we'll be talking about the new restrictions, more fake news, and fabulous flamenco on the beach.
Hi everyone, Michelle Baker here, creator of these Benidorm Forever videos, so you can see what's happening right here in Benidorm. And right now there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of false rumours, and we've got the facts, so let's get right into it.
Regular viewers will know I've had a week off to focus on the reopening of our campsite close to Albia, about 5 miles from Benidorm. So I just want to thank all of you who have sent you good wishes, and especially to those who have already booked for this winter. We're so happy to be back in business, and we were even half full last weekend. So if you know anyone who's looking for a small and friendly campsite to enjoy a short break or a winter escape, please tell them about our orangegrovecamperpark.com. But of course, after having a week off, I've lots to catch up on, and so much has happened here. But first and foremost, just take a peek at our beautiful beaches. I have to say, every cloud has a silver lining, and with less people comes less sun cream. Just look at our lovely clear water. In fact, in all of the years I've lived here, I've never seen Benidorm Beach this quiet in summer, which isn't a bad thing, it's blissful. Yes, the area most of you know and love is tragically quiet, especially at night with the absence of the flashing neon lights. But the old town is still thriving. The Spanish holiday season is in full swing, and it's almost as busy as any other August. But sadly, the summer is coming to an earlier close than usual. Aqualand and its sister park Mundamar closed last Sunday, and for a moment we thought that under the new restrictions Benidorm Palace would have to close too, when it had only just reopened. But thankfully it is still open, but not everyone has been quite so lucky. It has been a roller coaster week for local businesses, and a very confusing one, following an announcement of 11 new restrictions from the government, a few of which have had a massive impact on our resort. Based on a rise in numbers associated with social gatherings, clubs and discos and establishments holding a bar de copas or drinking licence only have been ordered to close. So that means firm favourites like Andy's, Planet Benidorm, White Star, Uncle Ped's are all shut, which ironically means that those still open actually have more people in them, which is exactly what we're trying to avoid. Bars with a food licence are allowed to remain open, but with no entertainment, no karaoke, and they have to close at 1 AM, with no new customers allowed in after midnight. Now this sounds late, but this is summer in Spain, and generally that's the time the resort comes to life. But the government will be reviewing the situation in 3 weeks' time, so we've got our fingers crossed for mid-September. And with regards to smoking, despite the rumours you may have heard, smoking is still permitted, but you have to be 2 metres away from the nearest person, which can be a bit tricky to police for the bar staff. And so for all these reasons, there was a protest march last Sunday here in Benidorm, led by the various associations representing the commercial and hospitality sector. And their message was clear. They were asking for more respect for the tourist sector that accounts for a massive 12% of Spain's GDP. They argue that they've taken all the necessary precautions required and received little or no help in return. Staff, bar owners, entertainers and supporters of the general public marched peacefully along the Levante beach along to Town Hall Square as sunbathers showered them with their applause. There was around 1,000 people. It was a peaceful demonstration, everyone kept their distance and everyone wore a mask. And although in my opinion it would have been nice to see the mayor at the event, allegedly he was in his office above the square and received the associations afterwards. And whilst we're in this area, we must just show you these frankly random street markings that appeared overnight and created a welcome distraction from the doom and gloom. As you can see, people are painted on the road at this busy intersection, and there's another scene just like this one over by Dove Park. At first we all thought it was a joke, that some urban artists had decided to decorate the road, but no, it's dead serious, every pun intended. and as the sign clearly suggests, it's here to warn motorists and pedestrians that each is sharing the space with the other. Confused? Let's just say I don't remember seeing this sign in my highway code book, but it's a great publicity stunt, I'm sure you'd agree. I must say it's a bit weird driving over the markings, almost like driving over a crime scene, and it will surely be daunting for out-of-town motorists too, but it does have the desired effect of slowing the traffic, which of course is always important. And whilst we're in this busy little corner, I'd like to share another little bit of history with you.
Whilst we're in this area of town, I'd just like to point out the lovely Hotel Bristol that you'll see behind me. That used to be called the Bristol Park. Back in the day, this was the site of the slaughterhouse in Benidorm, and just alongside it there was an open air cinema. Back in the day there was 14 open air cinemas. I've just been talking to a lovely local chap telling me all about it. He said they used to drop the kids off at the cinema in the evening with a bag of crisps and a bottle of pop, and him and the wife would go off and have a beer and then go and pick them up later. Obviously all of that is a thing of the past now, and you guessed it, what's the cinema these days? Yes, you know what it is, it's a bingo hall.
So as you can see, Benidorm is hanging in there just about, and some hotels have actually had their best season ever. Yes, that's correct. The 5-star units, for example, like the luxurious Asia Gardens, have attracted new clients that would normally fly to exotic lands, but this year they chose to stay closer, so that's good news. But for the Benidorm most of you know and love, it's proving a tough time. These new restrictions have really knocked the locals for six. Bars recently opened, now forced to close, and no one understands why. And all the fabulous Benidorm entertainers who were just starting to get back on their feet are now once again without work. Some have already gone back to the UK. And even though Benidorm recently announced they won't be charging terrace table tax until 2021, with no tourists to sit at them, it's not much of a bonus. The tour operators keep pushing back their start dates, and more hotels announce that they have to close. It's going to be a long winter ahead for our beloved Benidorm. And the UK press, always keen to slate Benidorm, have been utterly treacherous this last week, with stories about Brits no longer wanted in Benidorm and suggestions that Benidorm is a coronavirus hotspot. Be assured, Brits are most certainly wanted, now and forever. Our very success has been built on the loyalty of the British holidaymakers. And as for a COVID hotspot, just for the record, Benidorm has had 533 cases since the start of the pandemic. Sadly, we've also had 68 deaths, and right now 74 cases have been detected in the last 14 days. Now, for a city that caters for millions of visitors, this does not constitute a COVID hotspot. So, if you're still attracted to our 7 kilometres of white beaches and endless hours of sunshine, and don't mind the quarantine on your return, we'd love to see you anytime soon. Out and about and along the coast, the summer has been pretty normal. In lovely Albia, the next town along from Benidorm and the nearest beach to me, we've had some lovely evenings, enjoying supper on the beach, which is a hugely popular pastime for Spaniards, but something not allowed in Benidorm because the beach has to be thoroughly cleaned every night. And like most Spanish towns in summer, Albia really comes alive at night, so it's a lovely place for a meal out, a stroll, or you can take the kids to the little fairground on the front. And about 10 days ago, there was the most amazing flamenco show right there on the beach in Albia. The event was part of the Estiu Festiu entertainment programme that the Town Hall of Alfaz puts on every year, and the jaw-dropping performance by España Brava provided the perfect backdrop for a Spanish summer evening, and it was completely free. The Town Hall even provided the socially distanced chairs. And for those of you who are local, there will be another event this Saturday the 29th, a classical concert from 10 p.m. at the open-air Via Romana Museum, just one street back from the beach in Albia. And again, it's completely free, so don't miss it. So as you can see, it's not all doom and gloom. Benidorm and the surrounding area is as beautiful as ever and will be back. Benidorm is a survivor, and you might be interested to know there is currently a surge of people wanting to move to this area before Brexit takes place at the end of the year. And I happen to know this because of the amount of messages I get from people asking for advice, from how do I get a Spanish residency to where's the best place to buy a property. So if you want to live the dream, do get in touch, I'll help you if I can. Next week, based on the current interest, we'll be going through the do's and don'ts of moving to Spain and looking at the different types of properties here. So make sure you subscribe to our channel to stay informed.
We hope you enjoyed today's video and can help us to continue by spreading the word, because now more than ever we need people to remember Benidorm. So please like, share and subscribe to Benidorm Forever. Thank you.